Greetings, adventurers. This is Chris, aka Nas, with New Adventures in Skyrim. We're not technically joining Glamek while we are. What we are here is to talk about a mod I'm using called Wintersun Fates. So this is mod love. I want to talk briefly about it, and it's very difficult because it's so broad and wide. And it changes the gameplay. Well, I mean, it depends on you. There are, if you're someone who just wants the best thing, the best benefits, or if you want RP benefits, it's amazing. Before I show something else here, actually I'll do that now. So it gives you the option to pray. Is one thing. I'll do that. In fact, I'll do that now. And as you can see up in the top left, oh, well, it only works in the wilderness for Hircine. So this will not gain me any favor. There are those little quirks. Some you have to be naked. Some you have to be in the wilderness. Again, there's a myriad of different options or things you need to adhere to based on the deity that you pick. He is a patron of Hircine, the god of the hunt, the Daedric god of the hunt. So as you can see, mine is over 100%, which then allows you another perk. So some give you just for joining a static perk, and then once you hit a certain level, you get another one. This, as you can see, allows me to do a hunt. I'm going to do that in a moment. And this is all part of that mod, and this is part of that faith. So, let's post that. Oh, got it. Alright, so now you can see everyone lit up. I also have, so there's no essential characters right now. So anyone can die. I can go kill the Jarl, whatever. Don't hurt me. So this is just, and what this does specifically, I'll show you when we go in the mod, is all the people you see in this area. Sorry. I'm getting distracted. It gives based on your favor with him, you do more damage to all the opponents you see lit up. This is just Hircine, so it's to represent the aspect of him, which is the Great Hunt or the Wild Hunt. I forget the actual name of it. Where I'm not going to go into the total history of it, but where it's a hunt across the plain for whatever reason he deems necessary. So
it's nothing. No.
In fact, let's go kill. I'm curious. Look at all those arrows. Oh wait, this is one of my favorite things to do. No. There we go. I don't know why, it's just so fun. Anyway, so what I'm going to do right here is show. I'm just curious if the effect goes into here also, or if it was too far. I think it's 500 yards or meters, so that guard was probably outside. Nothing amazing.
You're mine.
Yeah, look at that.
Victory is yours. I submit.
Move. Sorry, kids. Now, since I've just committed all this carnage, My bad on that. Now I want to atone for my sins. I can do something like go in here, and there's other ways to interact. For example, you can find Daedric books, things like that. And now if I... Here we go, I want to do this, and it explains once you interact with a book or obelisk or whatever, what you see, what they stand for, what the followers are expected of, and what the benefits are. Some will and will not allow you to do it based on your race. So Argonian pantheons only allow you to be an Argonian and so on. Some have prerequisites. So if I accept him now, look at that, now I'm a follower of Arcade. Make it out. I'm curious how that's going to resolve itself. And then just where's the Temple of Kennerin? Maybe I can check my map, right? Okay. Because I think they have a shrine in here. Don't worry about me, people. Ah, there we go. Now I feel like changing my religion again. You can find this. And here you go. So as you can see now, interacting with it a lot gives you the blessing, which is something separate. So you can see now if I want to accept them, there we go. That is the gist of the mod, very, very loosely. I'm going to pause and go to the site on actual Nexus, so bear with me for a moment. Okay, so here we are on the Wintersun Faiths of Skyrim Nexus mods page. I'm going to scroll down in a moment, but there are spoilers, I guess, specific to each faith. If you're not interested in that, when I scroll down, I'll kind of, before I do that, give you a warning. But this just shows one thing I like is there's no dependency, so you can just run this by itself. I'm not very smart, so that is always wonderful for me. And then it talks below, and I'll go down into now. So again, if you're not interested in the spoilers of these specific deities and the things that revolve around them, please don't go much beyond this. I'm not going to touch much on them, but you may see stuff going down. I'm going to go more specifically to Hircine, which is Glamek's deity, so you can just kind of get a gist of what that's all about. So again, please, if you're not interested in the specific spoilers, stop here. Now, here we go. So now you scroll down and it has this page has it broken down. So starting with the divines, these are the specifics of worship, interacting, dealing with it, once you lose, and switch deities, things like that. So here you can see these are the divines. They go right next to the Daedrics. And then I'll just scroll really quick. You see the Elven. They have the Khajiit, Argonians, and a couple others. We are going to specifically focus on Hircine. So as you can see, you can follow this deity if you are any of these races, or a werewolf, or anyone who's completed Ilmet by Moonlight. And what I want to show you is specific. So for example, Clavicus Vile you can start as if you're Dark Elf, but some others specifically below have it where you could, for example, can only be a Red Guard, to be or only Argonian, Khajiit with their respective pantheons. So now back up to Hircine. This is his saying, I guess, slay the living in open combat, something Glamek does, especially those stronger. He hates giants and trolls. Live as a werewolf, he does that. Now, again, specifically for this, you can only pray in the wild. As in the video evidenced, you cannot pray in cities or along roads and things like that. Light armor, which is what Glamek focuses on. So, if you go to a shrine, this is, again, if you don't accept him as a faith, so you could be a follower, for example, of Jiglag, go to a shrine of Hircine, and get the Shrine Blessing, which allows your stamina to regenerate 2% faster. As a follower of Hircine, if I go to a Shrine of Jiglag and activate it, but don't follow him, I will lose this and get 15 more damage against Daedra. And now, as a follower, so if I accept him, it doubles attacks against living targets based on my favor with Hircine. When they're lacking health. So the more damage I do to them, the more damage I end up doing, if that makes sense. Then once you hit 100%, you could do what I did, which was invoke a hunt. I lose 10% favor with him, but gain Bitter Mercy, which is this, with all things within 500 feet are now subject to this. And as you can see, it was pretty devastating. And that's the gist of it. There are so many. I'm going to scroll. So again, if you're not, I'm not specifically looking, but there's spoilers. So this is the Elven Pantheon. The Yokudan, which is the Red Guard. Then, yep, Khajiits, Argonian, I believe, below. A miscellaneous. And then is it Khajiits below? I already missed them. See, that's what I'm saying. There's so many of them. Yeah, there we go. Khajiit. And I think that's all of the Pantheons. Yep. And as I mentioned, you can find books in the game that allow you to do so, to join. I hope that was a good overview of this. I know it got a little bit long-winded, but I wanted to show you some specifics in terms of the actual gameplay, interacting with the mod, how it affects things, and then the way to interact with the mod in the world. So, I hope this was fun for you all. I'm going to kind of touch on this specifically with each character at some point to highlight the deity in this regard. So, I've done that now with Glamek for the most part through this. Eventually with Fizban, for example, he just switched to RK. I may go back to a prior save, explain it with him when he was still a patron of Julianos, and then do the same thing with RK, just to highlight that, how it works, how it interacts, in case you don't feel like watching the entire playthrough of a character to get it, but are curious. I hope you had fun. We are going to end it here. Take care of yourself, take care of the ones you love, and we'll catch you on the next adventure.